Hello everybody, welcome home. In this section of faith we're going to be dealing with devotionals. Now, what I plan on doing with this section is every Saturday when I post my sermon, I'll also have a posting on this section, okay? In it we will have a little lesson that we can take for the rest of the week. Now, in my religious studies, I have found that what works best for me to process the information in a way that I'm not confused, overwhelmed, or overloaded is what I call the 3 C's. The 3 C's are in order: context, content, concept. When you are in phase 1, context, take whatever you want to read of anything. It can be, if your religious text that day is a book on physics, or if your religious text that day is the book of Hosea, or if your religious text that day is the Song of Creation. It can be anything. Take it and read the entire thing one time for enjoyment, whatever section you're on, okay? And generally these books are divided into chapters or sections. It's not going to be like you're going to have to read the entire book to get the context, okay? Read through the section and then reread it. This time, try to learn what it's talking to you about. What's it saying? What is the important thing about, for instance, 3rd John chapter 3, okay? What's John chapter 3 saying? Well, if I'm looking at it in the context, I'm going to read the entire chapter of John 3. If I'm looking at it through the content, I'm going to try to discover what's it saying to me. Okay, well, you have John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. John 3:17, for God did not come into the world to condemn the world, but by him the world might be saved. Okay, well, what's that saying? The content in that aspect, as I see it, would be God did not come to the world to condemn us. He came to the world so that he could save us. Okay? He gave us a way out. So that's the content. And the concept is, all right, that's all well and good. Now, what about me? What do I do so that I can learn something from this and take it and apply it to my daily life? What about John chapter 3 did I learn that I could take out into the real world? Because all the head knowledge in the world on John chapter 3 is going to be utterly useless if I did not come away with something that I can apply in life to treat others better, to draw myself closer to God, to be of more service, or some other similar area that you can learn. These devotionals will be set up with the 3 C's style. Okay? On the context, you'll have my sermon, so you can listen to that for the context. On the content, I'll draw areas of the sermon out so that you can study them further. On the concept, that'll be on you guys. What about it can you take and apply it to your daily life? Because if what I've said in the sermon, there's nothing that you can apply in your daily life, I've done a very sad job. And I hope that won't happen. Well, God bless you all, and good night.